be able to throw various samples and payloads against them, and then get notified whether they were detected or not. So some things work, some not. I'll be just cutting these corners. I'll be just cutting your road and then telling what worked, at least for our exercises, for our environments. But then again, even if I'm claiming that something worked for me, for my exercises that I was engaged with, that needs to be taken with a little bit of a distance and understanding that I am not able to vouch for every other environment and every other policy configuration set out there in the world. So clearly, sometimes I'll be claiming LNK worked for us pretty well, but maybe you'll find yourself working with some kind of EDR that will be so much sensitive about LNK that very first moment it sees it, it's going to be turning all red. So yeah, so this is the elusive and annoying nature for offensive operations. I'll be at least saying about what worked for me, and on that you can be pretty sure that I'm vouching that I did my share of researching. I actually sent the payload. I actually got busted. I actually got notified about the incident. I actually got to explain myself why I was testing one.exe and then drawn some conclusions out of that. So thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you'll find yourself something interesting here as well. So now we've got Time with us, Red Teamer at Northwave, based in Netherlands. Hello, Time. Thanks for joining us. And performing adversarial simulation and Buzzy with RT Tiber. Wrote some malware, currently Buzzy a lot with kernel driver research. Oh my, kernel perspective, kernel land is absolutely beyond my reach. Gave a talk about it last week at Hack in the Box AMS. Very cool. Tima, maybe you can link your talk, link your slide deck here somewhere, so we can all see your research. I'll be very curious about seeing what we can squeeze out of the kernel, at least from the red teaming perspective. So I'll be excited for seeing that. It was really cool to do. Currently eager to learn more about initial access techniques. Excited for this training. I'm very much excited for you joining us here. Hopefully you'll be able to grab yourself something interesting for yourself and then reuse it for your Tiber ops as well as the RT ops. So thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, I hope that you won't get bored through these 3 days. Oh my, there's a lot of us sharing our insights and our backgrounds. I'm super excited that so many of us decided to actually drop a few lines about our experiences. So now we've got Clockwork with us. Internal red teamer, have been doing custom dev work for my team, learned that I'm enjoying the process of hoping this course will help me further progress into the Maldev direction. Initial access also seems to be getting more difficult as time goes by, and I'm looking to learn more about different ways to make this work. Yeah, as we all do. So clearly, hence the idea for this training, since I was always mostly interested in actually breaching rather than expanding access, moving laterally, rather than installing persistence and escalating privileges. I was always actually fascinated about this sole idea for a breach, and then move towards the next target, and then breach, and then repeat. So hence my natural inclination, hence the idea for this training. Hopefully I'll be able to give you a little bit of this passion and a little bit of this and maybe give you this kind of a exposure for how it looks from at least from my perspective, for this never-ending cat and mouse battle for finding holes and finding ways around. So we've got CT with us. Hi guys, my name is Cheng Tech, based in Singapore. Hello, Cheng. I think that you might be having something like plus 7 hours, counting from Polish time, from London time, which might be something like 6 p.m. or so. So this isn't that bad. So you'll be running very late in the afternoon, but I hope that you will be able to stay with us throughout the entire day. Currently, I'm working with WithSecure, formerly F-Secure MWR, as a security consultant. So I don't know if you know, but I was also employed at MWR F-Secure for the 2 years, I think, or so, until they disbanded entire Polish division, and they fired 40 people or so. So, but then again, I was very excited working at WR. So, hello. Maybe we have even met in the past. Have done a few red teams before. I would like to learn more about new initial access vectors as the landscape changes quite quickly. Written some basic malware with C#, but still new in the malware development field. Looking forward to learning new knowledge for the next few days. Very cool. So I'm excited to have you all guys here in this in the class, and you as well, Cenk. And hopefully you'll find yourself something interesting, and you'll be able to reuse it for your exercises to come. I think that they will. Yeah. Well. Let me just carry on then. I'll be getting too much technical, too much internal about MWRs maybe. Hi guys, I'm a pen tester for about 6 years, doing mostly red teaming for the last 1-2 years. Very curious to learn about new techniques. Hello, JSM. I'm gonna be pronouncing you JSM maybe because the remaining part is probably kind of hard to pronounce, DLY. All right, so that's good to hear. So maybe I'll just postpone the sex for later. Yeah, definitely. Maybe just focus on getting the most useful, the most according to the Pareto principle. Just focus on the mostly used features such as upload, download, list files, execute assembly, execute shellcode, execute both. And then as soon as you have the basic set of features working like a breeze, then you can go doing some auxiliary features such as tokens, juggling, stealing tokens, impersonating processes, and then also stuff related to SOX probably. At least there will be a way I would go writing my own C2, at least that fully fledged one. However, I really like the idea that you started off with Mythic instead of reinventing the entire wheel of UI development yourself and then writing yourself your own website and so on. I think that it is just too much time consuming to reinvent the wheel all from the scratch. And if I was doing the malware development myself, I mean C2 development myself from the scratch, I would definitely go with the Mythic, because I wouldn't be wanting to spend time working on UI, JavaScript, HTML, and stuff like that. That would be just so much boring, at least to me. Sarpeton, Red Teamer, interested in staying current on initial access techniques, not written any real malware, mostly customizations of open source exploits, loaders, and implants. Use what works. A lot of Bash, Python, C, C++, and WinAPI gotten into Go. My code's ugly, but it gets the job done. And this is the most important aspect, right? We are not software engineers ourselves. We don't really care about code anti-patterns, about singletons, and all these project and all these kind of clean code principles to follow along. We just need to write a quick prototype, quick POC that we are going to throw against the target environment, and it just needs to work, right? So you are in a perfect sweet spot for yourself. You don't need to really care too much about nice indentations, comments, and having full code full of factories and dependency injection, stuff like that. That's just not very much point for us. That's really cool that you getting your hands dirty with a few technologies, because clearly I think that red teamers especially need to be very adept, very flexible at rapidly jumping into new technologies, whether this is AD, Azure, malware development, Linux. We need to be able to quickly adapt, quickly learn. This is the most core and crucial skill that is required from us to be able to get ourselves quickly familiarized with something previously unknown to us. So really cool that you can actually code with a bunch of different technologies. Then we got JackX with us. I have been red since 2030 or so. Wow, that's like 10 years. Very cool. Network pen testing, AppSec nowadays mostly focused on purple teaming, internal team infrastructure support, tooling development, and AV EDR evasion. Most interested in payload-based, less common initial access methods. Very excited for the training. I'm too very much excited that you, Jack, joined us. I hope that you won't get bored, because you probably have so much of an experience yourself under your belt. So I hope that you will find something interesting for yourself in these 3 days. and then you will be able to also maybe enhance and embellish your access when it comes to initial access. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. And thank you very much for joining us here. X00, hello, CJ here, working on consulting RTPT, mainly focused on initial access and C2X fill, been focusing on research, learning the ways of malware, and I'm mainly excited to get some insights from MGK here. I'm happy tuning all. Thank you very much for your kind words, and I'm also very much excited that you joined us. And yeah, and I hope that you too will find yourself some interesting juices and candies in these slides and these sample snippets that we are going to tackle. So thank you for joining us. Nomad Tuomas. Now we've got Tuomas with us. Hello, Tuomas. Fellow red and purple teamer joining from Finland. Hello. Currently work in the current role for about 8 months now in a well-known, I hope, global cybersecurity company from Finland. I think that we might have some idea for what that can be. Have worked as a pentester focusing mainly on web apps. Also have worked as a SOC analyst regarding Maldev. I have taken several Sector 7 courses, Maldev Essentials, and found them really useful. I'm not a Maldev by any means, but I can modify existing code. And I think this is the most important and crucial skill to have, to be able to adapt existing technology and then maybe reinforce it, maybe enhance it, and then customize it a little so that it just works for our requirements. So I think that will be I would say that that if somebody is like doesn't have time to learn to code from the scratch, from zero to hero, then just being able to quickly adapt existing technology, existing source code would be actually a nice substitution to be able to actually develop. So just grab yourself a Havoc C2 or Sliver, find its hard-coded strings or features, and then rework them a little so that the entire program, entire code that you'll be using is going to be lesser detectable, lesser known, and is going to be flying past through some of these static dump signatures. This is one of the most crucial skills, I would say, for an aspiring red teamer. So so excited that you can do that. That probably tells you already apart from some of the aspiring guys that are still thereabout to learn and to learn to program and to learn to work with the code. I actually did read the course materials of the current Modern Initial Access training, and let me tell anyone who does not know, they are awesome. Really glad to be here. Okay, so you already seen the materials yourself, Tuomas, and you still decided to join us. This is so flattering feedback I can have here. I'm super grateful and thank you for that. So hopefully you will also find yourself interested and involved as we'll be progressing through them. I have been updating them slightly, so probably you'll see that some of these slides will be hidden from my presentation, and you'll be having them as well for yourself. You'll see sometimes this red title saying patched, and the patched slide will indicate that I was talking about it in the past, but right now, since this is not too much relevant to the latest technologies, latest patches, I just decided to kind of hide the slide. So I'm leaving it for you to play with, to sparkle your imagination and give you some nice maybe insights. However, since this is not so much relevant, I have updated the slides, and I decided to just expand on some sections and then trim a little the other ones. So thank you very much, Thomas, for joining us. This is so great feedback to be having that you decided to join regardless of the fact that you already have the materials. Ed Bash asks, hi guys, I'm working as a web pen tester since 2006 and 7. Oh my, that's so much of an experience as a pen tester. Very much glad that you join us. And then I expand my experience to cover computers pen testing. I used to work Secunia for that. Unfortunately, I changed my careers after marriage. Okay, I know basics of shellcodes. I can write with good knowledge of SQL and system admin, but now with ChatGPT, I can do my own codes very easy, very helpful. Yeah, ChatGPT is kind of a game changer here on many different areas and domains. Now I'm working as a IT consulting and looking forward to learn more ways of malware, especially. I'm Jackie, very glad joining your training. Yes, Eddie, I'm also very much excited